Okay, I think we're on.
Hello, hello. Are we on?
Oh, yeah, we're on. Okay. We're going to hear double real quick.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Well, it's been a while. You know, the last time we've been on was like almost a year ago. If we go to our channel.
Let's see.
It's literally been,
ASMR Theta looking us up.
yeah. Can you hear? You know, there's some people who can like figure out what keyboard you're using based on the sounds.
See, I believe it. I think that's insane.
11 months ago.
11 months ago. We should have waited that extra month. I'm like,
know,
it's been 1 year, you guys.
We had a gap year. Okay.
Hey, as long as we come back.
That's true. And also, we are now in person, which I like this better. Because I can now look in your eyes.
Oh,
like,
don't look at me. I appreciate the in person, but like not looking into my eyes.
No.
I'm gonna look at the wall.
No,
Ooh,
don't.
what a nice wall.
Well, most recently,
Mm-hmm.
I think this is gonna be. I just want to archive my Japan trip.
Yes.
Like
we've spoken about my Japan trip. It is finally
now
time.
my time
Yes.
for my Japan trip.
Which I think you had a much better Japan trip than I did.
Well,
to be
it's
honest.
also because it was longer.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah, that's my point. Yeah.
But here's the thing. I think the main differences between the two of us was the length, and then like, you went with a group.
I went with 2 people.
That's a group.
Okay.
That's a group.
You went
of
with
people.
one other person, and I went with one other plus one other.
Technically, I did go with one other person, but like because she brought her family there,
Oh,
it was like
you were kind of by yourself a lot.
I was kind of by myself a lot because I didn't want to intrude on their family time, and then the people that they brought over was like is their mom, their aunt, and then their cousin. I was like, oh, this is truly family.
Yeah.
You know? It's not like, oh,
like me and my cousins.
yeah, it was like family. So most of the time I did go alone. But my trip consisted of Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka. Yours was just Tokyo.
Yeah, I was just in Tokyo because
Yeah.
I was only there for like not even a week, barely 6 days. It was like one
Spring
of those.
break kind of thing.
Yeah,
But like,
exactly
I
spring
feel
break.
like,
Yeah.
I feel like going with people your age makes it also different. Did you guys go like to bars, like drinking or whatever?
Honestly, not much.
Oh, okay.
To be honest, not much. Like when I go again, I definitely like basing my experience with the first trip. I definitely want to, do some of the things again, but then I also want to add more activities and like try other stuff too. But and also go for a lot longer than 6 days. But
Would you ever go alone?
no, absolutely not.
Really?
I feel like it's half like I'm not a fan of traveling alone.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I'm not a fan of being alone.
Okay, yeah.
Like
that's
nothing
true.
about the being
True,
alone
true.
aspect
Yeah.
appeals to me.
Actually, for me, I'm not really that much of like a like someone who's like particular about being alone. But when I was in Tokyo, because my friend came later,
Yeah.
so I couldn't really converse with her. But the first 6 days I was in Tokyo, I think I went like slightly insane because like the people in Tokyo, the culture there is different, in which no one will talk to you.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Like there's no small talk. There's no like hello, good morning. Like there's none of that. Even if like you're going out from the Airbnb or like the hotel, if you try to avoid eye contact with whoever and ever like you pass by, and I was like, okay, this is really isolating. And as someone who just like, I didn't know that I like thrived on like even the smallest interaction. I'm like, okay, this is good enough, but I still needed that. And I was like, oh my god, I'm going crazy, because my parents were worried that when I left, that would be like the last they heard of me until I came back.
Oh.
Like I wouldn't call them or anything.
No,
that.
you were like, hey mom, let me give you a
like,
hour by hour
yeah.
breakdown.
I was like, every time I like woke up, it was around nighttime in the States.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always like, FaceTime, hi, I'm just starting my day. Guess where I'm eating breakfast? Koko Ichibanya.
Do you want to come with me? Actually, we're already here.
Yeah, I'm like, hi, let me show you my food. Oh my goodness. I was like, it was that bad. And I also like started vlogging.
Oh yeah.
Because at one point I would start talking to myself whenever I was in a store. I would pick up an item and be like, oh, this is weird. Like the thoughts that you would have in your head, I said it out loud.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I'm going insane. So I was like, okay, well, I don't want to stop not talking because I'm clearly like struggling. So I just started videoing myself to be like, oh, she's a foreigner. Like she's a gaijin. Like she's just like vlogging.
She's just doing foreigner things.
Instead of just me just talking to like a wall or like the product that I'm holding and being like, oh, this is nice. And like I literally would say those things out loud. I'm like, oh, this is nice, but it's also super expensive. Yeah, I was like, oh my god, this is terrible. So by the time they came, like the people I was traveling with came in like 6 days later. I was like, oh my god, a conversation, human contact. Speak to me. Yeah, and they came while I was in Shibuya, and then we met up in Shibuya, and we did that thing where you meet at Shibuya. That what is it? The crossing? Not the crossing. Hachiko statue, because it's like the meeting spot.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my god, we did the anime thing. We meet up at Hachiko. Yeah, but it was fun. There's like a couple things I missed in my Japan trip, but I think.
I mean, just gotta go again.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think we have different reasons as to why we wouldn't travel alone. I mean, maybe you still would travel alone, but
I would
like,
still travel alone.
but like after this experience, it's like maybe sometimes another person is okay.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like for you, it's a lot of like the social aspect of like no one to talk to. But I'm like, what if I get kidnapped? What if I get abducted?
No, it was so strange because when I was like walking around Japan, like that thought never crossed my mind. Even while I was alone at night, the only time where I got a little sus was when I was like walking, like Fukushima Inari, the temple gates, the torii gates, it's like that on the mountain. I walked that alone at night, so I was like, this is probably
like, mayhaps I should not do this.
Yeah, mayhaps I shouldn't do this because I heard like creatures in the background, and then they put multiple signs while you're walking up to the top of the shrine to be like, beware of the monkeys.
Oh yeah, at that point it's not like a beware of people, it's like the wild life.
I was like, I camp alone, I go out alone, I car camp alone, like I hike alone. I'm like, this is the most scared I've ever been, and it was because of those damn signs that they have everywhere. Like,
okay, but see, the damn signs are everywhere because there's other foreigners like you who are like, it's my midnight walk.
But at the same time, like, is it, like, what are the chances that I encounter a boar?
See, I wasn't there to see how many signs there were, but from your description, there was a lot of signs. I'm gonna bet that it happens often enough.
Okay.
At least enough for the local government to be like, these freaking
foreigners
they
go here at night.
Like they want to go on their little midnight stroll and get attacked by monkeys. Like, come on.
I mean, it was cute. I liked it. There's like a lot less people there at night too, so it's like even nice.
That's why they say watch out for the monkeys and not for the people.
That's true. At one point, black cat did cross my path while I was walking up to the top, and I was like, this is ominous. Let me just turn around. I never made it to the top because of that damn cat. And I was like, this is a sign. I'm gonna die here. I'm like, and then when I was walking down, another black cat crossed my path, and I know, like, logically that's probably a different cat, but in my brain that was paranoid at the time. I was like, it's the same black cat. It's following me. Like,
I mean, if anything, I feel like it's creepier if it's a different cat. No, then it's like all the black cats are crossing my path.
Oh,
like
yeah,
they're all
true.
coming out of nowhere and crossing my path. That's very true. Like if it's the same cat, like if it's the same cat, I kind of think like, oh, it found a human, or it found a human, so it's just following the human around. But if it's a whole nother black cat, I'm like,
well, I'm not sure if it was a different or the same.
The time has passed. You were now in the States.
Yeah, that's true.
But
what was your favorite memory in Japan? Like favorite activity, favorite happening, or whatever. The pause. She's like, nothing was it bad for you?
No, I had a great time.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I don't talk to one of the two people I went with anymore, so like every memory, it's like with that person there.
Tainted.
A little, especially knowing that, like, not to go like too into it, but like the entire trip they were talking shit about me.
Oh, yeah.
During the trip, so now I'm like, not in a literal sense. Like, I know it's not in the literal sense, but now it kind of spiraled my head into every single moment they were talking shit. They were thinking shit about me and then going off to their person and talking shit. And now it kind of makes me feel
like a sour.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I love the food. The food was so good.
Oh my god. I'm a little sad because I was so focused on getting to the locations and places I wanted to visit that like sometimes during the end of the day I'd be like, oh my gosh, I only had breakfast, I didn't have lunch, now I have to eat dinner. The only thing open is now a kombini. And not that there's anything wrong with a kombini, but at the same time I'm like, I'm in Japan, I'm eating kombini food. Let me show you this freaking TikTok that my brother sent me, and I was like, wait, can you just like not call me out? Right here.
Are you talking to me? Oh. For our listeners, it says, we need to start over so I can read it. It's what's his name? Pedro Pascal. Just eating his sandwich kind of calmly, and me only eating at 7-Eleven in Japan after spending $500 on a plane ticket, $400 on an Airbnb, and $300 on train tickets.
Yep. That was like
That's for real though.
that,
Like,
it
you
is
know,
for real. Like, oh my god, like there's nothing wrong with 7-Eleven, but at the same time,
like
we're in
I
Japan.
can't even laugh at you because you know what? Yeah, convenient, but like we had Yoshinoya 3 times.
Oh.
In 6 days we had Yoshinoya 3 times.
No, I had Yoshinoya twice in my like basically a month.
Okay, but like Yoshinoya was like really
Yoshinoya
good
is
there.
bomb.
So good
Dude,
there.
out of all the no, what is it called? Gyudon?
Gyudon.
Gyudon? Yeah. All gyudon places like Sukiya, Matsudon, and Yoshinoya. I think Yoshinoya was the best for me.
I can't even compare it because I didn't get a chance to go to the others.
Okay.
But you know
Next
the
time.
like I went to Yoshinoya 3 times like for a reason.
Yeah.
It wasn't like there's nothing
only-
else.
yeah,
It's like
only
Yoshinoya time. Like
Dude,
it
their
was.
KFC there is also really good.
I didn't get their KFC.
Oh.
You know what's so funny though? I did go to their Denny's.
Oh, I didn't go to their Denny's. I was like, that's like the one place where I don't want to go.
No, but their Denny's is. I mean, you know, as you know, like even chain restaurants and stuff like that are like different in each country.
Mm-hmm.
So like yeah, it's Denny's and you think like pancakes now and then they have pancakes, but like they had like traditional Japanese breakfast there options, like that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. It's weird because like when I went there I was like I want to try all the American places but in Japan. So I like hit up McDonald's, KFC. I didn't hit up Shake Shack because I wanted to try Moss. Which was so dumb because Moss and Shake Shack were right across from each other, so I was like in a dilemma. I was like, do I try the American version or like this
just
Japanese
had both.
chain? No, see that's the thing. I wish I had a bigger stomach while I was also in Japan.
No, you don't have to finish it. Just take a bite.
Oh, okay. Well,
Their
I can't
portion
do that.
sizes are small.
Oh,
for me.
That's true. Yeah. It's funny because I went to Moss and then I ordered like the grand whatever cheeseburger and then the lady made it so that she knew that this is a big burger. She's like, okay, ne. I was like, okay. I was like, is this one of those like touristy type of things where it's gonna be like freaking the size of my
like you
face?
need both hands to
I was
lift
like,
it.
Oh, okay. And then I realized this is Japan. They don't waste food here. So I was like, this is probably just gonna be the most regular ass burger. And when it came, I was like, this is the most regular ass burger.
Like dollar menu.
Yeah, I was like, excuse me, like Carl's Jr. ain't got
like,
nothing.
okay, my
like,
what?
I was like, okay. I was like, this is a regular burger. And then their like medium fries was like 8 cups of fries. I was like,
I'm telling you, the portion size is
it's really small. That's why, but it's so good. I love it.
You know what I kind of felt like was a waste?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm sure there's some differences, but like whatever, like what I ate that night tasted the same here.
Mm-hmm.
I went to K-Town in Japan.
Oh wow, it's weird because I went to Chinatown in Kobe. I was like, I want to go to their version.
I'm like, why did I go to K-Town in Japan when A, I've been to Korea, B, I can go to K-Town.
Yeah.
I've been to 3 K-Towns now. I've been to the K-Town in New York.
See. San Francisco.
It was not my choice to go to the
Oh.
K-Town there. I mean, it was the choice of the person I was speaking to anymore. But I don't think there's a K-Town in San Francisco, to be honest. There's a Chinatown.
There's a Chinatown, yeah. I just assumed there was. My bad. Sorry, San Francisco. You're not inclusive at all.
I mean, they only have the best Chinatown in the country.
That is true. That is very true. At least you got that down.
No, what's it? I hear I didn't spend much time in there, but I hear the K-Town in New Jersey is a lot better than the K-Town in New York.
No.
Thing is, I didn't spend much time in K-Town in New Jersey, but I spent enough time in the K-Town in New York where I can say, even without having gone to New Jersey, K-Town in New Jersey
It's gonna be better.
It's better than this. K-Town in New York, not to derail from Japan, but we're gonna come right back. But the K-Town in New York is literally a street.
Oh.
A street.
Just
A single street.
Yeah.
It's really
so sad.
incredible, yeah.
Oh.
The Chinatown there was delicious though. But anyways, Japan. But yeah, I don't know why we went to K-Town in Japan, but I mean, it was okay. It was
Your
just for a
Japan
night.
trip was in the spring, right?
Yeah.
Mine was in the summer, and oh my god! like I know heat. Like I've been in the Philippines. Like I know heat.
You're like,
I know heat.
my
I know
body
humidity."
knows heat.
Yes, but oh my gosh! Like it wasn't even that bad in terms of like heat, the humidity. Sorry,
Yeah.
because nothing was sticking to you. You didn't feel like you're coming out of a sauna and just like basking in like a pool of hot water whenever you went outside. That's how it is like in the Philippines, but like. The sun, it was just like an
beating
oven.
down on you.
I was like, oh, I got burnt so many times, only because I would forget sunscreen. So that's my own fault. But
I think when I went, in the spring. It was like in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the next time I go, I would go again in the spring, maybe the fall. I'm not even gonna touch it with the summer. Like, I don't, honestly, it's to the point where it's like, oh, but the flight tickets are only $300. That's cute. I'll pay $200 extra to not go during the summer. Like, I have absolutely no heat tolerance, let alone humidity tolerance. And then winter, I think I wouldn't be able to do some of the activities I want to do if we went during the winter when it's all snowy. Like, there's a whole new set of activities that you can do during the winter.
Yeah. But you don't have
But those aren't,
interest.
not enough interest. I have a couple. If I end up in Japan during the winter, I'm not like, no, you know, it's not that, but like, that's not my ideal time to go. So definitely, ideally spring, but super open to fall too.
Yeah. I feel like I want to go when it's fall. Like, put a jacket on.
Yeah.
Sweater weather.
Honestly, even spring, like, I was ready for like, oh, it's still cold in Japan at this time. Like, it's still whatever. The weather was perfect.
Yeah.
It was so perfect. If anything, I'm like, I brought too many clothes, like too many layering clothes. Like, I didn't need this much, but
I feel like, yeah, because when I went to like Japan in the summer, like the one thing I didn't see was probably the sakura. Yeah. Like, everything else I could do.
Yeah.
That I wanted to do in Japan. But yeah, sakura is probably.
That's what we're gonna go next time. When we go spring.
Yeah,
let's
spring.
do it.
But the thing is, I went to a fireworks festival. I went to. Did you go to USJ? Oh wait, no, USJ is in Osaka. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I just stayed in Tokyo.
Yeah.
I didn't even do all like the super fun stuff in Tokyo though.
Like what? What did you miss?
Just Disney.
Oh, Disneyland. Yeah, but oh my goodness.
Tsukiji Market.
Wait, what? Oh, Tsukiji Market. Oh my gosh, dude, Sushi Dai was to die for. Okay, let me talk about my sushi. Sorry, I know this is like, I'm so sorry. Like, here's the thing I did that you wanted to do but you didn't get to do. But I'm gonna talk about it.
It's okay, we'll do it next time.
Yeah, we'll do it next time.
When we go together.
But Sushi Dai is one of those, like, it's near Tsukiji Market where they get their like products super fresh in the morning. And there's already a line before the store even opens. Yep. So I'm like waiting 40 minutes. The store isn't even open. And by the time I get in, they sit you in a bar where like the chef is like right in front of you making the sushi. And so like good. He gives you an English menu, so they're like kind of like catering to foreigners as well. So they know who their target audience is. And then anytime he handed me a sushi, he'd be like, no sauce. I was like, no sauce as in like there's no sauce in the fish you just gave me, or like so no sauce as in like this is
perfection already.
Yeah, he's like no
don't
sauce.
Taint it.
Because the thing is, I had already prepped soy sauce because I love soy sauce. And when he said no sauce, I was like, oh shit, he wants me to not eat it with sauce. I was like, I don't think I've ever eaten sushi without sauce. I was like, soy sauce is my life. But I was like, let me respect him and eat my sushi. But I respect it because the fish didn't need sauce.
Yeah,
like, it's that good. It was that good. And I was like, I don't really like explore out of like the regular basic sushi, like salmon, tuna, salmon roe, or anything like that. But I was like, you know what? Let me do squid. Let me do taco.
That
like
is
octopus.
Normal.
Octopus, like sushi?
Yeah.
Like raw?
Yeah.
I've never had raw octopus.
Oh, okay.
And then there was like another.
That came out so like, oh, okay. No,
yeah.
No, I didn't mean it like that, but like, yeah.
You know, because I don't trust the sushi
that's fair.
That like
that's
offers
here.
That. That's here. And I was like, okay, let me do octopus. And then when I asked for taco, he's like, sashimi? I was like, no, sushi. He's like, no, raw. Because he initially was like, broil, like you want it cooked. I was like, sashimi? I was like,
give it to me
nope. I was like, give it to me the way it is. He's like,
it was
okay,
meant to be
respect.
eaten.
And then he put like a little wasabi and like salt. I was like, this is good. But yeah.
This sounds so good.
Yeah. But the thing with Disney, oh my goodness, there's a show, I feel like I like Disney Sea better than Disneyland.
Oh yeah, no, a lot of people say that.
Yeah. Because Disney Sea, I don't know how to say it. It's different. There's not really an encompassing theme for the park.
Yeah.
For some weird reason. I was just like, oh, you're just walking around, there's like rides.
The sea.
Yeah.
Under
but the show at the end where there's like a gigantic pool, I was like, I understand nothing of what's going on because it's all in Japanese. Yeah. And then while I was watching the show, I was like, I'm gonna watch all the Disney movies in Japanese because they all sound really nice, like all the songs. But by the end of it, I was crying.
Oh.
Yeah, because it was just so emotional.
Yeah.
And also, they love Coco. Actually, it's not Coco. They love Miguel. I don't know what it was because all of these like shows they'll like feature like princesses, like Tangled, Frozen was in there, and was it Enchanted? No, there's another one. But like all these like female princesses, and all of a sudden Miguel from Coco gets like featured, and I was like, Miguel. I was like,
that's not like, what I was expecting.
Like, a little weird for you to just show out of nowhere, but like your movie was good. Yeah, like,
Rapunzel, Snow White, and Miguel.
It's like, okay, yeah, you're Disney too, I guess, yeah. But when they featured, was it Little Mermaid with Ursula, where she like takes the voice from Ariel?
Yeah.
We were like, I was sitting there with the friend that I was traveling with, and we're like, Ursula, why does she sound sexy? I was like, you're supposed to be the villain. I was like, why does Ursula sound kind of sexy?
Can be sexy.
Yeah, it's like, oh damn.
You know, deep voice, seductive, makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know. It's different, yeah. And also, the thing is, Japanese people, or like, I don't know who, but they just don't shout.
Oh,
Yeah, they just don't shout. Like, you'll see a coaster that's like on the air, like moving, and then the cart will be like making all this noise, and I'm like, is it empty? Why is no one screaming?
Well, maybe it's not like a screaming ride.
No, it is.
Which ride?
Journey to the Center of the Earth. That is a screaming ride. There's literally a drop.
Okay.
And I was like, I rode that ride alone.
Were you the only one screaming?
I was the only one screaming. I was like, okay, this is weird, because I went to the park earlier than the people I was with. So I rode that ride alone, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna scream, because I didn't care. But I was like, but you could clearly tell they were having fun.
Yeah.
They just like
didn't scream. It was just in the culture.
And then we went to Tower of Terror. This time it was with the group. So I was like, okay, getting them prepped, because my friends were like kind of scared. So I was just like, woo, you know, hyping them up in the ride. And then I don't know why, but all of a sudden, the moment I start screaming, they all felt comfortable screaming. Like, all the Japanese people around me started like, woo, like copying me, either copying me or making fun of me, or just like also screaming because of their benefit, you know?
It might be a little bit of both. To be honest, it might be a little bit of both.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't care anymore if you're making fun of me. It's fine.
I mean, I feel like Tower of Terror is a screaming ride, but I don't know about the other one. Maybe I gotta see what it looks like. I don't know what kind of ride it is. I have to see it.
No, it's for sure a screaming. Like, it's I also feel like it's more fun if you scream.
Oh.
Do you not scream on... Okay, so Journey to the Center of the Earth is similar to... What is it? Splash Mountain. Where there's a big drop.
Okay.
Do you not scream at
I don't
Splash?
Scream.
You don't scream on Splash?
Okay, well, also, let me like recontextualize. It's not that I don't scream because it's boring, or that I'm not like someone who screams. I'm clenching my entire body so hard that it's not like a it's like a so I'm like, when you survive, when you're like, oh, they don't scream, I'm like, I mean, maybe they're clenching for their lives. Like, it's a thing some people do it. Me.
That's true, I guess. I mean, if you're trying to survive the fear.
Like Tower of Terror, well, when I went on it was not Tower of Terror, but I screamed. I screamed a lot. Yeah. But like Splash Mountain, or like any other ride similar to that, I just kind of...
Space Mountain?
Hold on. Well, Space Mountain doesn't scare me like that. Or doesn't make me scream like that. I'm just like, wee! Wow.
I just think it's more fun if you scream. That's like,
I mean, it is. Yeah,
right?
But like, I mean, again, it might be a cultural thing. You know, like the whole like...
That is a cultural thing.
Beginning of a trip, like, oh, no one would like small talk with me. And then when those people go to like countries that do small talk, it's like, why does everyone keep
talk to you?
trying to talk to me? What the hell, you know?
Like, leave me alone. Don't
like,
look at my eyes.
I don't know you. You don't know me. Why are you asking me about my day? You know?
Yeah,
same
that's
thing.
True.
Same thing. It's just the other side of the coin. But no, we need to make like a list of
things that you want to do.
Not just me, but like us.
Well, it's mostly you, because I feel like I did most of the things I wanted to do. Well, I mean,
like the stuff you like.
Yeah, that's true.
I definitely want to go to both the Ghibli Museum and the Ghibli Park, though.
Oh, I did.
100%.
Dude, what was cool about the Ghibli Museum? They let you touch everything. Yeah, like no. All the... Because they would feature Miyazaki's, like, desk and all the tools that he would use. And then he has, like, an entire box of, like, just literally this length of pencils left. And I was like, oh, you can, like, literally touch anything. And then there were, like, drafts that he would have and papers that he would use.
They were like, either A, we got the park now, whatever, or B, they're like, we are trustworthy people.
It's so funny because you can't take photos in the museum, right? And then It was so cute because there's like these two like teenage. No, I don't know if they're teenagers.
Young
Everyone
people.
just seems young
Yeah,
to me, and
young
I'm like,
people.
everyone is teenage now. Two younger people who would draw on their phones what they were seeing in the museum to be like, here's what Miyazaki did in his art. Here's his technique. But like, yeah, it was cool because you got to see all the little different bottles of poster colors he would use, the different brushes he would use. I was like, they literally had like his water bowl set for when he would watercolor, and you would have to clean the.
Okay, see, I just need to go there because
true. Yeah.
you're describing all this stuff, and I'm picturing it, but it's like floating in space right now. I'm like, oh,
But yeah, it's cool because
water.
Yeah. Also, I mean, I guess I could show you on my phone because I didn't take photos of the museum. I would take photos of like outside.
Okay, I'm like,
like, don't say that. No. I didn't take photos in the museum, but like I could show you the way they designed the outside to be like, here's how you could imagine
like
it.
ta-da! Like,
I did take pictures of the bathroom. I will just say that.
okay, just like straight
like
up.
a selfie of the mirror of me just being like,
I'm here.
It's like, hell yeah.
No, see, I need to go to both the Ghiblis. Definitely Disney Sea. I do still want to go to Disneyland in Tokyo just to,
It's like you take, in Photoshop, there's like
Yeah.
the corners where you can resize everything. It's Disneyland, but just take that corner of the right hand corner and just stretch it out, and that is just
Okay. I mean,
it's
I
like
still
so
wanna
much
go.
bigger. Yeah.
I still want to go, but I definitely want to go to Universal in Japan.
Oh, I did not go to Universal. I went outside the front gates of Universal.
See, that'll be the thing, like the new thing
that we both do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything else will be like, oh yeah, Della, that was there last time.
Yeah. It's just like I don't know. But the thing with Disneyland is it gets like, huh?
The thing about.
Sorry, my bad. the thing with Disney Tokyo is they get the childhood innocence correct. Like, you feel the wonder. You don't really feel that in Disneyland Anaheim.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because it was so cute. Because all the janitors, quote unquote, the people who would just clean the trash cans, they'd be like smiling, laughing in Tokyo, but you don't see that in Disneyland Anaheim. Like, there's no wonder. It's just like. And in Disneyland Anaheim, they like push product. You know how they have the gigantic balloons and the different carts where they sell like different toy items and stuff. They don't really do that in Disneyland Tokyo.
I mean, it's also half not owned by Disney.
Disneyland Tokyo? I know Disney Sea isn't, but Disneyland Tokyo.
Yeah, it's like half not owned by Disney. Japan has this thing where like if you're like an entity in Japan, like there's no foreign entities in Japan. It has to be like Japanese owned. So for Disney whatever to exist there, it's half owned by a Japanese company. Yeah, Wikipedia.
No shot. Is that why?
I don't know if that's why. We'd have to go to like the European
business report of
No,
Disneyland.
we'd have to go to like other Disneylands and like Paris and whatever to really compare it. Because I don't think it's good to compare Tokyo, Disney, whatever with any other Disney. Because it's like it's not technically Disney. Technically, like it's not fully,
That's
like
I know Disney Sea wasn't, because every time you go on a ride it'd be like sponsored by, and then there's another company. So I was like, oh, okay, so this isn't really Disney. But I didn't know Disneyland Tokyo wasn't.
I mean, it's the same thing basically. But also, please fact check, because this is what I
really
know.
Don't know.
This is what I've been told. I did not like research this and search the depths of the internet.
I wrote my master's thesis.
Yeah,
with this
like
in mind.
this is just what I was told, and I'm like, okay.
I'll take that as a fact.
Yeah. I mean, because the person who told me, my sources.
Yeah,
but
my sources.
Yes, but
journalistic integrity.
yeah, we need to make a list. When are we going? In 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. Our plan is 2025.
Yep, a year. Well, like technically a year and a half.
Yeah, a year and a half.
But
It's not that long.
Yeah,
I don't know, but it's cute.
it's gonna be our birthday trip.
Yeah, don't say the month.
Obviously not.
Okay, but you want? I don't know. Like, there's like a lot of moments where it's memorable, but I think in Tokyo, the city that I liked the most was Harajuku, which is very strange because I'm not really into fashion. But their fashion there was so good.
I think it's just fun to see.
Yeah.
Even if you're not explicitly into
fashion.
fashion, it's just visually very appealing.
Yeah.
Seeing so many different types. I mean,
But-
I'm a loser, and Akihabara was my go-to.
Akihabara. Akihabara was cool because it was both anime and tech.
Yeah.
I didn't
It's
know
fun.
that. I just thought it was anime. So when I went there, Akihabara was the first city that I like stayed at.
Uh-huh.
I was like, wait, there's so many tech shops here.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
where's all the anime shops?
If anything, so in Japan, one of their biggest like anime merch retail companies is Animate.
Oh yeah,
And the Animate store in Akihabara is big. It's huge. But the thing is, I like the Animate in Ikebukuro a
Better.
lot more.
Oh,
Like,
that was the one city I didn't go to. Ikebukuro.
no, Ikebukuro, oh my gosh. I went to Akihabara like 3 times, 3 separate times, and I only went to Ikebukuro once for literally maybe 2 hours, maybe. And I'm like, I should have
Gone to
spent
this
a
one.
lot longer here than
Yeah.
the 2 hours at night when everything was closing.
Mm.
I literally went into a used bookstore. I think it was like a Mandarake, and they were like, "Yeah, we're closing in like 15 minutes." And I got my hands and just started grabbing whatever I could. I'm like, "All right, I'll get this stack of what is this? No, okay,
Whatever.
this. Thank you." And then never went back until you know 2
When I
years
was
from
in
now.
Akihabara, I waited in line for the anime to open.
Uh-huh.
But the line had already started forming an hour before the store
no,
was
anime's
opening.
crazy.
And I didn't know that. So I was like, oh, it'll open in like 20 minutes. And I'm standing there for 20 minutes. I was like, the line is only getting longer.
What is this?
And the store is not opening. And I was like, I like looked up Google Maps. It was like opening at 10. I was like, oh my God, it's only 9:05. I was like, you're shitting me. And it's funny because like the line that kept growing and growing, all dudes, just me, the only female. I was like, okay, this
You
is
should have
fine.
gone to Ikebukuro, man.
Yeah. I was like, this is fine. Not that they were like gross or anything about it, but I was like, this is just. It's clearly I'm not the demographic for anime.
Okay, see, I think the reason why I like the anime in Ikebukuro a lot more is because the variety. Like, because Ikebukuro, like the nickname basically, is like, oh, the Akihabara for girls. But for me, at least from what I experienced, all the big shonen whatever that I love shonen stuff too. So like all the big shonen whatever was in the anime in Ikebukuro, but it also had the shoujo stuff and
Like the
whatever.
girl stuff.
So it was more variety for me. But the anime in Akihabara was, I mean, obviously there was shoujo stuff there too, but it wasn't like to the same
Yeah.
extent. Obviously, this was 4 years ago. Please don't hold me to this. If you
Like,
go and
I'm going to gunpoint, how
Jin
dare you?
said that like this was 4 years ago. I clearly need to go there again.
Yeah.
But there's a anime opening up in California in SoCal.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is it gonna be any hold a candle to?
No, absolutely not. But it's gonna be at the Del Amo Mall, which is
No shot.
Yeah. I mean, Del Amo
Wow.
Mall is like literally in the top 10
Yeah.
biggest
it's the
malls
biggest.
in the US. So, like, again, is it going to be the same experience as
Yeah.
ones in
Well,
Japan?
we can
Absolutely not.
appreciate it.
Yeah, but like the
Let's hope it
space
doesn't go
that
down.
it's going to be at is not small. So it's something. So like if you don't have $3,000 lying around to take a quick trip to Japan,
You can just go to
just go to Del Amo.
Del Amo Mall,
Del Amo Mall in Torrance, California.
which is like a. I don't know, cause like that mall is huge, but at the same time, I'm like, there's a lot of dead space.
There's so much space, but I'm like, anime take over.
Like yeah,
Take
The
over the
weebs.
dead space.
the weebs from OC will come to you. Don't worry,
OC, San Diego, LA.
everyone.
You know, hell, I feel like even NorCal, when they're in the area, would
Yeah,
hit it
we'll
up.
hit it up.
Like, forget
We're
like,
desperate,
forget
bro.
the Cal. Like, just anyone in the U.S., just come on over.
Yeah, I'm surprised because I think Del Amo Mall has a book off. Is it good? I've never been.
It has 2 book offs.
Oh,
It's okay.
it's okay. Yeah.
There's a lot of book offs in California. There's a handful in Hawaii, and there's, I think, a couple in the East Coast.
Yeah.
But
Dude, it's so good. Like, I understand, like, if you go to Japan, if you were trying to buying something, you would get confused because they
Yeah.
have literally everything of everything.
yeah,
So,
it's a lot.
yeah, like, if you were trying to buy tech in Japan, you'd be like, I'm just trying to buy a mouse. Well, here's like 50,000.
Yep.
You know, it's like, which one would you want?
Which one do you want? New, used?
You-
Which edition of the
Yeah.
new and the used?
It's like,
You know, do you want it in the box or out of the box? And this box is a little crushed, but the product is totally fine. But because the box is crushed, we'll give you like, you know, like $5 off or something.
It's so great because the way they display their products too is like not just in the box. They let you like hold it.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is convenient. You can like try and test, quote unquote, test the product to see what it's like, if it fits your hand, the size. I was like, this is cool. And like all the monitors that they have on sale in the States, if you go to like a tech store, like Best Buy is the biggest one. You have like 8 options. 6 are shitty, and the 2 that are good are like extremely expensive. Yeah. And it's like, well, I really only have 2 choices now, and I have to spend like a quadrillion amount of dollars to get it. It's like, oh god. But in Japan, they have like, oh, here's aisle number 1 and aisle number 2, and then also a little bit of aisle number 3 of all just monitors. It's
Look, see, when you go to Japan, you have to have a game plan. You can't just go. I know there's people.
But the thing is, I didn't really have a game plan, and I liked it.
But now that you have gone to it, the next time you go, you kind of want a game plan, right?
I'll know which ones to hit up because like I know which ones are good or not. Because
okay, see, I know Theta is the type like, once I'm there.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. You know?
But like Japan is not that kind of country. You need to not like you need to have a game plan in order to survive. Like it's very survivable as an English speaker. It's still okay.
You can.
It would be helpful for you to know Japanese phrases, but you know, technology. You got Google Translate. You got Papago. They also know some English. A lot of signs are in English. It's fine. But like in terms of like, I want to buy something there. You need a game plan. You cannot just go in there. Will you be able to find it? Sure. But will you be able to find the best version of it? No. You need a game plan. Yeah. There's just too many options.
I did have a Google Maps of like every like store that I might be interested in going, just to be like, here's, if you're here, this is something you might want to check out. That was the extent of my game plan. But as in like, because I have an uncle who's like, whenever we go on vacation with him, he's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And it's in criteria with like time and everything. It's like, here's how long we'll stay. And after that time, we must leave. It's very rigid schedule. It's almost like the vacation that you have is like not really a vacation. And I hate that. It's like, oh my God, I can't breathe, bro. Like, just let me breathe.
I think because like I said, Theta is the type to like, and then you're there, you're like, maybe I should have had a little bit of a plan. And then I'm kind of the opposite, where I'll make the hourly whatever. Thing is, okay, I'll make it, but even while making it, I know I'm not going to stick to it. But the fact of the matter is I do make it. And then I get there and I'm like, I'm not going to stick to this.
Yeah. So whatever.
So it kind of works. Like once we go on our trip, it'll work out because we'll meet in the middle of like a little semblance of a plan from Theta. And then, you know, I'll be like,
here's what we're doing.
I'll relax a bit. Like the plan does not need to be so rigid. But I think next time I go, I won't have my little weird hourly itinerary thing. Not weird. I know some people do it and they love it and it works for them.
Which works for them, yeah.
But I think next time I go, it'll be just more focused on just specific activities
that you want to do
on which day, depending on the area that we're in. Because I think at least to that extent, you would need to plan.
Yeah, that's what basically I did.
Yeah, like you can't be like, today I'm gonna go to Disney Sea, and then tomorrow I'm gonna go to Universal, even though I'm literally halfway across the country. Like that's not gonna work.
Speaking of halfway across the country, I did take a sleeper train.
How was that?
It was, honestly, at the very beginning, I almost missed the train because my ticket was for car 2 and I was on the platform. There's something on the ground that says 2. So I was like, okay, this is car 2. But I didn't read that the 2 next to it, there's a little lettering or like a kanji or whatever where it's for a different train. It's not for the sleeper train. So when the train comes, I realize that, and it stops at the platform, I realize I'm standing at car 11. I was like, holy shit, I'm at the other side of the platform. Like complete, because there's 14 trains, 14 cars. I'm car 2, car 11. I literally had to book it. Because 30 seconds after the train had stopped.
Yeah, no, they're very on time.
Very on time. I was like, holy shit, I'm the only one on the platform left. And then I look at the watch on my hand. It says 32. The train leaves at 33. So I'm like that idiot with like the oversized luggage booking it down the platform. I was like, I'm running, I'm sprinting. And then I just pass through the windows of the train. The people inside are just like looking at me. I'm like looking, I'm like the biggest idiot. I was like panting. I'm like,
but you made it. You made it.
Oh my God. By the time I got into my train, I was like, oh my God. That was the most stressful I've been.
What was the sleeper train for?
It was for Osaka to Tokyo. My going back to get
You
to
didn't
my
want to take the
flight.
Shinkansen?
No, I took the Shinkansen going down.
Oh, okay.
from
You're like, I
Tokyo
want to
to
try something
Kyoto.
else now.
Yeah. So, because my train from Tokyo to Osaka was during the day, and I'm like, I'm not gonna take a sleeper train in the day. I don't even think they have sleeper trains in the day. So I was like, okay, I'll just do it from when I go back up. And I was like, 30 minutes. The first 30 minutes where I was like in bed, I was like, I think I'm gonna die, because you feel everything. Because my room was the bottom of the train. You have 2 floors, the one on the top and the one on the bottom. And I was like, once you pass by the platforms of the train stations, you like hit it, and you realize, oh, you're underneath like, the platform concrete. I was like, oh my god, I'm so low to the ground. I'm like, I'm going to die. And you feel every movement and shake, but I don't know. After that, after 30 minutes, I was just too tired. I
feel like it wasn't like after 30 minutes I fell asleep. I don't think it was that. I think it was after 30 minutes my body shut down.
Yeah. I was just like, okay, let's just die right now. It's like, if I die, I die.
Dang.
Don't think about it. I was like, oh. But it was cool because I got to see the sunrise on a sleeper train.
You know, when we go, I'm gonna start speaking. I'm gonna start using vocabulary and grammar as we are going. I gotta, you gotta manifest it. That's the word. Yeah, we're gonna manifest it. I don't think I take a sleeper train. Not in the sense of I have anything against it, as so much as I kind of want to take an overnight ferry.
Oh.
I want to experience one of the. Cause I don't know why, but like YouTube has been showing me all these like POV taking a sleeper ferry from whatever port to whatever in Japan. I'm like,
yeah, I'll do that because I've never been on a ferry.
Yeah, I'm like,
although
they got like inclusive buffet dinner, and they have like entertainment on board. Obviously, it's not a cruise, so it's not like entertainment, ferry, but like they have like karaoke rooms or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like, that sounds like fun. It's just, I just need to stay in Japan longer next time and experience more. Next time we go, how long do you think you'd stay?
I don't know. If I can't, probably the same amount of time.
3 weeks.
Yeah, but if you are shorter, then I'll do it around the same time as you, because I don't think I want to spend Japan alone anymore. Like, it was nice, and I am glad I got to experience it alone, but like I did already experience it. So.
Yeah, I think like if I had the money, I would love to do 3 weeks.
2 weeks?
3 weeks.
Oh. Okay.
If the stars aligned, I think I would love to do 3 weeks. But I don't think my job would let me take 3 straight weeks off. But 2 weeks though.
2 weeks, yeah.
Just anything longer than whatever amount of time I spent last
6 days,
time.
yeah.
It was like, that's kind of sad. At least, I think at the very, very, very minimum, I do 10 days. But ideally, I would want to do the full 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then that's probably... Honestly, mine was a little long. I didn't realize that until after. I was like, oh, I'm here for quite a long time. I was like, like the way I did my scheduling with work and stuff, I was like, like, I'm okay with it. It was funny because I went to Shibuya and I was eating at Okonomiyaki place. 2 foreigners were next to me. Not foreigners, 2 Japanese people. And then we were conversing, which is very strange. I was like, oh my god. But like, that was
you're
also
speaking to me?
Yeah, they were also drunk. So I was like, okay, this is fine. I'm having a conversation. And they're like, oh, how long is your vacation? And I was like, 3 weeks. And then they're like 3 weeks? I was like, yeah. I was like, so like, what about it? And then they're like, 3 weeks. I was like, wow. I'm like, in their perspective, it's probably a really long time. Yeah, seeing as their work culture is like totally different.
They probably get 3 days.
Yeah.
If they're lucky.
Yeah. I was like, huh.
Were they young or?
Yeah, they were our age. I mean.
Oh yeah, then definitely. Yeah. Even 3 days. Yeah. They're like 3 days.
I was like, yeah.
I mean, 3 weeks.
3 weeks. They were working like tough jobs. The one was working mergers and acquisitions, and then the other one bullshitted his way and said he was a CEO of something, and I was like, yeah, sure, yeah.
But I mean, honestly, even mergers and acquisition of what?
Yeah, but I was like, that sounds like a stressful job.
Yeah. But
would you go to bars? Because that was honestly one of the best times I had was in Osaka.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to go to bars. What's it?
So fun. Osaka, I think is the most gaijin. Granted, I was in Dotonbori most of the time, which is like very gaijin.
I mean, that's fine. Like, okay, see, that's the thing that I know a lot of people. Obviously, there is like, like, oh, like I don't like, I want to experience this as a local would, but like certain things, like, you know, I don't mind experiencing this as a foreigner. And I would include bars in that because I don't necessarily want to experience bars as a local because at the end of the day, I'm not a local.
Yeah. I'm not Japanese.
Yeah, like I can go to these local places, but what I experience will not be as a local. So I'd rather go to foreigner friendly places and have an experience that is A, safer, and B, like
More inclusive.
Yeah, more inclusive.
Yeah. That was Osaka. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I would want to do ideally.
Yeah. Karaoke bars are. I just love transportation in Japan. It's so convenient.
I love it. Karaoke bars are. I love transportation.
I'm just saying because like if you want to go out drinking, you could just take the train.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And it was funny because like the location from like Osaka to Kobe, if you took it, I was looking at Google Maps and I was looking at it like the like Southern California style where it's like, oh, if I took this in a car, I'd be here for 2 hours with traffic and everything. But no, with the train, it was like how many minutes? It was so easy. It was like one stop. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
So yeah, we're going.
Yeah, we're going 2025. That's it. 2025. This is final now.
Yeah.
Now it's final. We should book our flight for the future.
Yo, if the flights were available, I would.
Yeah, so nice.
No, I think for now, projected at least 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay. I can do 2 weeks for sure.
Yeah. If I can do 3 weeks, I will, to be honest. There's tons of things you can do in 3 weeks.
Yeah. There's so many.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
But like,
you could live your life in Japan.
I'm just saying, realistically, I would say 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. And then you would hit up which cities? Tokyo.
I mean, you know, Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka. Tokyo because and then Kyoto and Osaka because I couldn't last time.
Yeah.
I think, if I was thinking on the minimum end of it, then I would spend 6 days in Tokyo and then 2 days in Kyoto and 2 days in Osaka. But if I can maximize, then it would still be 6 days in Tokyo. Because there's just so much in Tokyo that I like so want to do specifically. And then, you know, thereby 3 days in Kyoto and 3 days in Osaka.
I think next time I go, though, I would spend less time in Tokyo because I spent so much time in Tokyo on my first trip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately. Plus, in Tokyo, like, all I was doing was shopping. I was just buying a shit ton of things. And then when I was in Kyoto, I was like, oh my God, the scenery, the culture, everything is so pretty here. I was like, I wish I spent more time, like, looking at the shrines or, like, walking around.
I mean, there's a lot of, like, day trips, too, in Tokyo.
Yeah, I guess. Because I didn't go to Hakone.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the thing is, like, I do want to go shopping, so I probably will spend the 6 days in Tokyo.
Yeah. Because I don't know what else I would be buying into, unless it's tech, which, I mean, I could buy more of, honestly. Like, I could never not stop.
I mean, I'm a, you know, an anime nerd, so.
Which I get because I did buy a lot of more anime stuff than I needed, but it wasn't like books or anything. It was just like keychains and stickers.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I've never seen like merch that I actually like, that I want. Because most of the time the anime merch that I get, that I see in conventions and stuff in SoCal, I'm always like,
it's very, very mid.
Yeah, I'm like,
at best.
I'm okay.
It's not my favorite. I'm not a huge fan.
I bought so many. Do you know the anime Licorice Recoil?
I've heard of it.
Dude, I bought so much merch of that. I don't know why.
It's because it was there.
They're so cute, and I love this show. And I'm just like, oh my God. But yeah.
No, what's it? I mean, because I'm thinking of it with like the Ghibli Museum and the Ghibli park is in Tokyo, right?
No,
it's not.
No, it's not.
Where's it?
Ghibli Museum is actually pretty far, but you can make it to from like, Tokyo.
Is it closer to Tokyo or is it closer to Kyoto?
It's closer to Tokyo.
Okay, so yeah, it'd be a Tokyo day trip.
But the Ghibli park is so far from Ghibli Museum.
I mean, I wouldn't do those on the same day.
Oh, okay,
that's not a same day thing for me.
So that's Ghibli Museum, and then this is Tokyo.
Okay,
But
yeah, that's a day
park
trip.
That is a day trip because that's what I ended up doing. Not park. Well, it's showing me Ghibli. Why is it not showing me the
Put
park?
in theme park.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, it is. Ghibli Park.
And that
it's
is
nowhere near Tokyo.
Nagoya?
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be a Kyoto day trip then.
Kyoto's here.
No, I
That's
know.
so far.
Or maybe on the Shinkansen passing through.
Yeah.
Well, basically, I would still stick to 3 days in Kyoto. If this was the 2-week trip. 3 days in Kyoto, 3 days in Osaka, and then the whatever along the way or is within the day, whatever that I would just consider.
I love how
that.
we're already setting up the itinerary.
I mean, yeah.
Like, yeah, no shot. Duh.
I would consider it under the umbrella of the 6 days in Tokyo. Like, I know that doesn't make sense to consider it like that, but that's what it's going like in my head right now.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So that would only really give us 4 days in Tokyo.
Yeah. Realistically.
So, yeah.
You could just get a vacation for 3 weeks.
If I am at a job that would give me 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Who knows? 2 years. Things can change.
You could take a gap between jobs.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that.
I mean, does that hit the timeline of when you're leaving?
No, not at all.
Never mind.
Like, not even close.
Never mind. Maybe not. Don't take a gap.
No, but I've seen people take 3 weeks off. It's just I personally haven't yet in my life. But it's not impossible. Yeah. And if anything, it wouldn't even need to be the full 3 weeks. It could be 2.5 if I finesse it.
Really,
but
really want to.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm excited.
The last thing I did see in my Japan trip and my flight back was Mount Fuji.
Ooh.
With no clouds. Because the
what
entire...
a wonderful way to end your trip.
The entire time I was there in Japan, my Shinkansen going there, the train rides going back and forth, just couldn't see it. It was covered in clouds. And
See,
I was like...
This is what kind of makes me feel terrible. Like, at the same time, I don't see why I feel terrible about it, but like, I don't need to see Mount Fuji. I would rather just spend the time in Tokyo experiencing the city.
I wanted to see Mount Fuji.
It's definitely like people go to Japan for that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I don't want to put it I don't want to phrase it in a way of like nature. Ew. Like when I go to Kyoto,
it's another mountain
with snow. Oh, we got that here.
Actually, it didn't have snow because we were in the summer.
Oh,
I was like, why
just
does
a
Mount
bare
Fuji
mountain
look weird? I was like,
Mount Fuji
I was like,
weird?
it's bald. It's like, it's not bald. It just doesn't have snow.
It's just how it looks like sometimes, but. Like, I still would love to see, nature and not city life when I go to Kyoto and, and stuff like that. But, like, look, I got stuff I want that I can only get in Japan.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm going to get it while I'm in Japan.
Plus, the tax-free, like, duty-free. Oh, my God, it's so good. I went to Big Camera, and they were doing tax-free as well as 5% discount on if you were using a certain credit card, which happened to be my credit card. And I was like...
Hello.
I'm buying all the tech I need. I was like, I need it all. I literally bought a Walkman.
Is that that?
Yeah, that's that.
Oh my god. Can I play with it after?
Yeah. You want to listen to it? I have all Japanese music on there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was like, is this a Japanese product? I want Japanese music in it. Like, I for sure
I want the authentic.
I want FLAC files, Japanese music. I don't care if I don't understand any of it.
Oh my gosh. No, but
it sounds wonderful.
We'll like actually start planning and figuring this out.
Yeah. I mean, we already did. You literally broke down our days. What are you talking about? Don't be sorry. It's fun.
Who else would we go with? I guess this is more of a private conversation. Who else would we go with? But
I don't know.
Okay, maybe a little more vague. Like, how big of a group would you go with? Because even with my group of 3, we definitely split up. Yeah. For like, you want to do this activity, and
even with a group of 2, I feel like I would split up with you. Not in like a I'm sick and tired of
no.
We just have different
That's not even how I was thinking. I was thinking like, but that kind of goes back to my fear of being abducted. Alone, so like I need at least one person with me. Like when we split the 3.
What is it with let's dive deeper into that.
I don't want to.
Okay, never mind then. Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean dive deeper?
I don't want to be abducted. It's a common fear. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very common fear of single lone females in foreign countries. They get abducted.
But like our personalities are so different because I never thought that.
It's a thing that happens though.
Yeah, that's true. Like human trafficking.
Yeah, human trafficking is very big, and I don't want to like point fingers.
But here's the thing. Part of me is like, should I have been scared? I mean, granted, like at what level I feel like I should have been scared because I never was.
Okay, the thing is like I don't think it's so much as the level of like, should I have been scared or not? I think it's a level of like
awareness.
just cautiousness.
Oh, okay.
Because you don't have to be scared. I'm not saying like, why weren't you scared every second of your trip?
You could have died.
You know, but like when you were telling me like, yeah, I saw this dark staircase with a bunch of signs that says do not enter at this time.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought about going up there. I'm like, no, that's not being cautious.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I do tend to be a little out there and wild.
Like,
I'm surprised I haven't like done any.
do I think that I'm being overly cautious sometimes? Yes, but I would rather be overly cautious than like lone female lost or body found in pieces or whatever.
Speaking of being abducted, my parents were watching like true crime
Oh,
documentary.
lovely. I'm sure that helped their nerves.
Right before I left, and they were watching one of Japan, of some white white foreigner who got abducted and like disappeared. They didn't know where they were, and I was like, hey moi moi, I was like, hey mom, I was like, if I got abducted, what would you do? I was like, she's like, you're not white, so we can't do anything. I was like, you're too true.
Damn.
She's like, you're not
even
white.
it doesn't even have to be as like overtly sinister as being abducted. Like host clubs, they're literally trained. Some like, again, I don't want to like umbrella and like they're all evil, but like it's a business. They're literally trained to run you dry. And the ones that are, you know, evil are literally a front for human trafficking. Like, you know, it's a thing. It's a very well-known thing.
Maybe I just had like ignorance eyeglasses, probably. You know, it's like, oh, I don't see, therefore not existing.
Happening?
It's not happening, because I feel like I did get that feeling when I went to other places. I did go to the red light district, which
alone.
Yeah.
See, even your tone of voice. Yeah.
Like, who else would I go with?
Oh my god.
Some random foreigner that I met. Like, no, of course I went alone.
Whenever I hear like, oh, this country is the safest country for whatever, I take that with a giant grain of salt. Like, okay. Thing is, it still happens though. Just because it happens less doesn't mean that it's 100% safe there. You know, like, oh, guns are illegal in Japan. Do people not get murdered?
Like, no.
People still get murdered.
Like, that's not what happens.
You know, like, just, like, is it safer than, I mean, you know, is it safer than America? Sure. A lot of countries are. Doesn't mean that they're safe.
True. Yeah. I don't know, maybe...
I mean, this will work out. My overly cautiousness and your complete lack of, you know, self-awareness and the situation.
Just go.
You know, it'll balance each other out. Like, why don't we just go there? Why don't we not? It's like,
let's meet halfway.
Yeah, like, let's not. I think that's a good idea. Let's go with that idea. But
let's not walk Fukushima and Ari at night alone.
With the signs that said, don't come here. The monkeys will get you, you know. I think if we go with at least 4, minimum 4. Thing is, okay, see, when I say 4, I don't want it to be immediately turned off or like, that's a lot of people. We're obviously not going to spend the entire time together. Yeah. Like I said,
I'm a very solitary person, but not that, again, which surprised me because I went insane in Tokyo and no one talking to me. But like, I'm kind of a solitary person, but I feel like 4 would be good enough. Yeah, well, at minimum 4. It also depends on like the group dynamics, because I feel like we have to take that into account.
Yeah, of course. Honestly, like, it's to the point where like we could take 20 people. That doesn't matter to me if that's like the group we're going with. We're not gonna move around with 20 people. Yeah. So that like whatever number comes out of my mouth is very arbitrary, because it's like at the end, who are you? How big is your group gonna be? Yeah. Me,
I feel like for you it would be perfect 3 to 4. But for me, it's like a little much. But I'm also aware that I could just go alone. Yeah. And do things because that's what you want to do. Yeah. I think like for your safety and for your like
my anxiety.
Yeah, it would be better to have like 3 or 4. Yeah. Because I'm like completely fine being alone. It's just like I want someone to talk to by the end of the day. Like that feeling of coming into my hotel room and just being like, oh, there's no one to talk to. I'm here alone again. I was like, that was, I think, what got me.
I mean, I don't want to phrase it as in like, I don't need that. And like, I also love having like someone, like, you know, going back to the hotel room with your friends and being like, oh yeah, today we did, like, oh, we did this. Yeah. You know, like that's fun.
Here's what we ate. Yeah.
You know, that's definitely fun. But the concern of the forefront is like, there's power in numbers.
Yeah. That's where I'm like, not we don't align there.
It's just different, you know.
It's just different.
Like I've seen tons of other people travel alone, like alone, literally alone, and they're fine.
But yeah, I don't think I could travel alone to another country though. Like I'm imagining traveling myself to like Thailand. I can't do that. Or maybe like I can imagine myself doing it in Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know, Thailand, Vietnam. I feel like I'd be so lost.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they don't cater as easily to solo travelers.
You'd be surprised.
I don't know. That's not the image I have, but I could be like completely wrong because I'm not also like Miss Worldwide over here. Like I travel the city, like the world.
Thing is, like I wouldn't even travel to other states alone.
Alone?
Yeah.
I would be more fearful traveling to other states alone than I am to traveling to Japan alone. You know? Yeah. Which is very bizarre, but that is the truth, sadly.
I mean, like, I wouldn't do it in Canada. I wouldn't do it in
You wouldn't do it in Canada? I would do it in Canada. That's not a state, by the way. That's like a different
No, that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Okay, sorry. Because we were talking about states.
No, I'm expanding on that.
Okay.
Thank Canada. That's not how I said it. No, what's it? I'm just expanding on, like, even if it's... Because I know a lot of people... For a number of people, like one of the main reasons they don't like traveling alone is the language barrier thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, even if there wasn't a language barrier, I still think I wouldn't travel alone.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But also,
You want a group?
Okay, so like the socializing thing, I don't like when you're like nobody was talking to me in Japan. I'm like, I wouldn't talk to anybody. Like, I don't know you.
No.
What am I gonna talk to you about?
No. It's not the talking. It's more like the acknowledging of existence. They wouldn't even look at you and be like,
God, I love that. Do not perceive me.
No.
I'm just here. No, yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, hey, human being, I know you exist, and I nod my head to say hello to you, or like, hello.
Yeah, no, I don't even like that.
Even just that.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
No, I don't like that.
I know you don't like that, but I didn't know that I needed that. I thought I didn't like it when I was in the States, but when I was deprived of it in Japan, I was like, what is going on?
I would love that. Like, I don't need to pretend to you, and you don't need to pretend to me, you know?
I don't know.
It's just, you know.
It's different, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just culture.
If anything, it kind of works out better that it's different between us. If we were the same, then we can't travel together if we're the same. We would just annoy each other.
Yeah, that's true. Like, the only conversation I had while I was in Japan was, "Irashaimase." I go to a store, and the staff, like, acknowledges me, and I'm like, hello. But that was it. But, like, my first day in Kyoto, I had a conversation with Japanese people. I was like, oh. This is so nice. I'm like so touched. I'm going to cry. Like, that was where I was Nihongo Jozu in Kyoto. Because I could actually speak to people. But in Tokyo, like, I literally did not have a conversation with anyone.
It's just a different...
different vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, it's good. 2025.
We're doing
Japan. We're doing it. I'm going to manifest it.
We need to figure out what kind of trip we're having, though. Because I think we have different trips in mind.
Oh, really? You're there for, like, shopping. But I did that in my first trip. That's the thing.
I mean, that's what I did on my first trip, too. No, okay, I'm not there just to shop. Like I said, I want to go to theme parks. I want to see stuff. I want to do day trips. I want to go on the overnight ferry. But, like...
What do you mean that we have it different? What do you think that I have a trip in mind?
I meant different as in, like... What's it? You know, just like right now, like, oh, when I was in Tokyo, like, they didn't, like, acknowledge me as a human. I'm like, I don't give a shit about that.
No. I'm okay if there's another person. You would be there with me.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't need to talk to other people. You know? That would be my social, like, quota met.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
Okay.
need to talk to... It was just, like, my social battery needed to be, like, charged.
Oh,
you know?
okay. I see.
That's why when I said when my friends came, by the time they came to Japan, I was completely fine.
Okay.
Not talking to Japanese people because I had someone else to talk to.
I see now.
Yeah. My social quota just needs to be met. And if you go with me, then yeah, it'll be met. I don't need to talk to Japanese people.
I'm good.
I'm good. It was just, like, isolating because I was, like, a foreigner alone, a gaijin in Tokyo, one of the biggest cities, and no conversation at all. So, yeah, that was it. But if you're there with me, then I'm completely fine.
Dang.
That's it.
I had moments when I went to Korea where I was alone because my brother and his girlfriend would obviously not stick with me the entire time.
Stick with me.
And, like,
I am
stay
your
with me.
guardian.
Okay, the thing is that I was like that. And he's like, what? Shut up. But, like, you know.
Yeah, he's a grown adult.
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
I didn't literally say, all right, brother on this arm, brother's girlfriend on my other arm, we're staying together as a group. Here we go. Step. It wasn't like that.
Okay.
Jeez. But, so yeah, my point being, there was moments where I was alone and I'm like, do not look at me. Do not speak to me.
Yeah.
Do not think about
I feel
me.
the vibe in Korea and Tokyo is also, not Tokyo, Japan, and it's kind of different too.
Korea, the entirety of Korea
to Tokyo.
No, like what's it? Because we talked about it briefly. What's it? Like your experience in Tokyo and my experience with Seoul in terms of like human interactions was very similar. And then your experience in Kyoto and my experience in Busan was also very similar.
Okay.
Where like, you know, same thing in Busan,
cities.
I got the like, oh, like, you know, you speak Korean very well, or like, oh, like, who are you here with and how long are you here for? And I'm over here like,
like, please stop.
But they were nice. They were very, very nice.
That's the type of conversation where I would enjoy it.
You would
I would enjoy it. Where you're like cringing, you're like, please let it
well,
in.
I'm not cringing. Like, I appreciated the, like, your Korean is good. I'm like, say it
like,
again.
Thank you. Praise me more.
Yeah. You know, like, it was a rough time.
Korea? Was a rough time?
No.
You didn't like it?
No. Korea, the trip, fun.
Uh-huh.
I saw stuff.
Yeah.
My anxiety made my stomach flip.
Anxiety?
I could probably, well, because it was my, thing is, obviously it's not my first trip. I've gone on trips with my friends. It's not even my first international trip, obviously. But like, I am aware that he is grown. That doesn't stop me
from the
worrying.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I was like worried over my brother and his girlfriend, and like, literally from day one to the moment I got to the airport to come back to the States, my stomach was doing flips. It was so funny though, because the first day
you took the guardian role really well then.
Which is so
not
funny
really
because,
well, but like you took it seriously.
A little too seriously. I should have calmed down. Thing is though, the first day, from the first day, like I said, my stomach was like doing flips. So I went to the pharmacy and I was like, I don't know what I was gonna say it in Korean, but like I went to the grandma there. I went to the grandma there, the grandma pharmacist. By the way, it's like kind of like, but and I was like, oh, like my stomach isn't feeling well. Do you have any medicine for that? And she's like giggling at me, like, oh, did you drink too much? And I'm like,
like
no, like I truly, like it's not because of that. Like my stomach's just doing flips, and he's like, I know you drink. The thing is, like, so I don't mind the like grandma teasing. It's just my problem is like, I need you to not give me medicine that's meant for hangover stomach ache. I need you to give me medicine for like just stomach ache. Like I don't want the wrong medicine. Like there is no point in you giving me this medicine if it's for like hangover. Like I swear, I wish it was like from alcohol. It's not. It was so funny though. Oh, I'm literally dying, but I still laughed because that was so funny.
She's like, oh, I know what you're up to, young lady.
She like wouldn't drop in like, oh, how much did you drink? And I'm like, it's really not that.
I'm not lying.
Please.
Oh God, she's so cute.
But yeah, what's it? Because I went to Seoul and Jeju Island and Busan, and my stomach was like okay in Jeju Island because we had a tour guide.
Oh, so like.
So it was, and I was like, oh, I think I can enjoy the rest of my trip. And then I got to Busan and it came right back, and I'm like, no.
Oh God.
No. So I didn't eat much. So
I'm surprised. Yeah, I would not have cared. You and I are just so different. I would have probably left them and be like, this is my trip as well as your trip, so shoot.
No, I needed to stay with them at least partially to
make sure that they're alive. But does your brother know a little bit of Korean, or does he speak it?
He understands a lot of it, but then he's not like 100% confident in speaking it. Obviously, I'm not either. I keep saying the word obvious, but like I keep saying the word obviously. I'm like, I don't know if it's obvious to you guys, but like I'm more comfortable speaking it than he is.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
As to why, You know what's also weird? I don't think I would.
What?
Be comfortable traveling to the Philippines alone ever.
Oh really?
No.
Okay. See, I don't. You giving me the look like dub. I'm like I don't know. I've never been.
That's where I think I would be more afraid of being kidnapped.
Mm.
Yeah. Which is very strange, but I mean, it makes sense for me because I don't know the language. Not that I didn't know that. Not that I knew Japanese either, but like, what is my saying? But like, I don't know. I just feel more comfortable, but I wouldn't. Not in Philippines.
I think it's just because I'm thinking too much about every possible thing that can go wrong. I'm like, what if a host approaches me and somehow coerces me to come to the host club and I get...
You do also have trouble... Do you still have trouble saying no?
I don't think I would know what he's saying to me.
No, I know, but like, in terms of like...
Oh, no, I'm really good at saying no.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
If I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
But if, you know, a grown man is like physically harassing me... I cannot say no to that. Not I cannot say no, but me saying no is not going to stop this man from harassing me.
I feel like we also give off like different auras. Not to be like, oh my god, your spiritual energy. But like, you know, but like when I have had multiple people who have first met me say like you're intimidating. So I feel like that's also different from us.
Yeah, a lot of people think I'm friendly. I'm really not.
Yeah.
I'm very okay. I don't want to.
Very closed off.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to put it in like a.
I'm a bitch.
I'm a massive bitch, but I'm not. I'm not an overtly friendly person. No. I can be overt. I can be friendly if I'm feeling friendly, but it's not like a natural. Like I am constantly friendly and I'm always thinking about the people next to me.
My sleeve kind of thing. Yeah, no.
Thing is, I think people look at me and they think I give off that kind of energy, but I'm like I really don't. I really don't. I don't want to.
I don't want to entertain you. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Don't get me wrong. I love my friends, but if I don't know you, I don't know you.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
no. Yeah, that sense we're kind of the same. Like closed off.
Yeah. But like, yeah, no, I have. It's not an issue of like, oh, do you have trouble saying no? With my mouth, absolutely not. No, get away. Yeah. But if you are like 5 inches taller than me and you are physically pushing me...
Oh, they do that? They physically push you?
If you don't pay up. Thing is, I don't know if they would do that to girls. I know they do it to guys. But like, if anything, it's probably scarier what happens to girls.
Yeah.
At that point...
know that they did that. See, again, ignorance glasses. I don't see.
It's not happening to me. It doesn't happen. No, there's like so many stories of like... specifically men who get coerced into obviously not host clubs but like hostess clubs, and then the bodyguard yakuza whatever come out and they're like, pay up, and if you can't pay up then they're just gonna beat you up. It's simple and very direct as that. And if you're a girl and you can't pay up, then you're like, okay, cool, you servitude.
Wow, I didn't know that they did that.
It's a thing. It's a lot of like you know, like Japanese YouTubers, like foreign Japanese YouTubers, they talk about like, oh yeah, that happened to me once. It happened to a friend of mine.
What?
They'll like meet them on social media, like, you know, like like
advertising or whatever.
No, not even that. Like straight up like, what's a dating app? Tinder. Yeah. You meet them on Tinder. You go out for a date, and it's like, oh, actually, I'm a host. No. Oh, actually, I'm a host, and I'm supposed to be at my job right now. And it's like, then why are you on this date with me? Is obviously what the girl's thinking. But then they'll be like, oh, but I think if you come with me and if you come with me and like I show my manager like, oh, like I was technically with the customer, then like then I won't get fired. And it's like, oh, but like I don't have any money to like buy or whatever. Services, like even like as like fake supporting whatever. It's like, oh no, it's okay, the first drink's on me kind of thing. But then they'll, you know, it's like, okay, well now you owe like $900 USD. And it's like, I don't have 900 USD. Okay, well you still have to pay up somehow, so now your body, you know, like like that's an actual thing. You can literally go on YouTube and find like anecdotes of that.
Wow.
Thing is, I'm not going so far as saying like, oh my god, what if that happens to me? Yeah. I'm not saying it's gonna like, if you go it's gonna happen to you, but it does happen. It's a thing that happens. Thereby, be cautious.
Okay.
You know, don't go up the dark staircase.
I also just don't look like I have money, so I don't think they'd be targeted.
Okay, but like these girls, they're not like, you know, in Balenciaga. It doesn't matter if you look like you have money or not. If anything, they probably hope you don't have money so they can like servitude. You know?
Holy shit! I did not know that was a thing. Wow.
I mean, that's a thing anywhere. It's not just Japan.
Yeah. Well, I have different views now. When I'm thinking back to my red light district experience. Okay. It was weird because when I was at red light district, there's a game called Yakuza.
Uh-huh.
It's not called Yakuza. Is it called Yakuza? But that was literally all I was thinking of. Yakuza game. Oh, we'll finish soon. But yeah, that's all I was. Yeah, Yakuza
Oh, the
0,
game?
this game. I was like, that's it. Because I was like, I literally had I'm not sure what that is. What?
Oh, maybe it's...
Maybe it's mine? I don't know.
You know what? Maybe...
Jen just got a really ominous AirPods is being tracked location. Weird. Or maybe it's
with
mine.
me?
Why would...
Does anyone have AirPod Pros?
Yes, my entire family does.
Huh?
My entire
You
family.
too?
Yes.
Oh, it's you then. Anyways.
So, my entire family has AirPods. But anyway.
Pro?
Wait. Yes.
Okay. But yeah, the game.
Yeah, that's all I was thinking. Because your experience of like having this knowledge, maybe you would see it different, but I saw it as Yakuza 0 Red Light District.
Like, I'm in the game!
I'm in the game. Like, there is going to be some Yakuza man going to beat up some big old burly man because this is a street fighting game. But, like, look at this. Like, look at this and think... I was just like, oh.
Yeah, like, oh, it's
like,
me. I'm there.
This is it. Yeah. Images of Yakuza 0. Just, yeah. The video game.
I'm just overly cautious.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
like,
I think that's the gist of this entire podcast.
Yeah, like, I don't even fill up gas when it's sundown.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
The thing is, though, in my ever so slight defense, I know a lot of other women who also
don't do.
yeah.
That makes sense because you have the car keys, the doors open.
Yeah.
You're alone. It's
Yeah.
late out night. Yeah.
It's a thing.
All right.
See, I also just PS, like, none of this is to dissuade anyone from going to Japan. Obviously, I am going. I'm still going.
We're just cautioning you if you ever
I'm
go.
cautioning you.
Oh, yeah, cautioning me because clearly I need some cautioning. You'd be like, should be a little bit more cautious of your surroundings. But
yeah.
That's it.
All right.
All right, we'll end this podcast.
Yeah.
2025. That's when we'll meet again for the podcast. I'm just kidding. I hope not. But we'll see you in the next episode. Oh, actually, the next episode we were trying to plan to talk about One Piece, the live action.
Yeah, the live action. Okay, so neither of us have seen it yet.
You
but
have some experience with watching One Piece media.
Reading it. I have some experience reading it.
I
just want to specify that because when I say like, oh yeah, like I'm around 500, like I mean chapters, not episodes.
I don't even know how many episodes there are. I just know it's never ending.
It's like over 1,000.
Too much. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, next time, whenever that is. Oh yeah, we'll figure it out.